New season, same old Arsenal. We just finished the game, lost 2-0 against Brentford. First game of the season, same old rubbish really. Where do we start? To be honest with you, it has been an eventful day for the club. First thing, we finally have sold Joe Willock to Newcastle for around about £22 million. This is the first major leaving of the squad this season. He has played at Newcastle for the end of last season, for the majority of the ending of 6 months last season. He did really well there, so it's not surprising that they did come in for him on a permanent basis. But for a young lad, it is sad to see him go. But the other question is, would he have really established himself into this team? And to be quite honest with you, the answer would have been no. Where would he have fit into the midfield? At the moment, we see that Arteta is playing with three midfielders. He's got Granit Xhaka, he's got Lokonga as well, and he's also got Emil Smith-Rowe. He's playing in that attacking midfield row. So where would Joe Willock have actually fit into the squad? It's questionable as best. To be honest with you, I think it's quite good for his development to go to play at a club, play week in, week out football, play high competitive football as well. And yeah, I think this move will be good for him in the future. Then after that, we found out that Lacazette and Aubameyang were unavailable for today's game. Being it the first game of the season, they were both unwell. We needed some sort of stability up front. So who would have started the game? We have Martinelli, who just came back from the Olympics, and obviously he won his gold medal, but he didn't really get that much playing times in the Olympics as well. He only had about 15 minutes in one extra time game, and also he just took a penalty in the penalty shootout. So apart from that, he didn't really have that much playing time as well. Also, the other option would have been Balogun. He didn't have the best pre-season. He hardly played in the game, but when he did come on, and I think he scored a goal in pre-season. Obviously, Eddie Nketiah, he's currently unavailable via injury himself, so yeah, he wouldn't have been able to start too. So the next thing is to the team news of the game. So we started off with Leonard in goal. Hello, Celia. Leonard in goal. So on to the starting lineup for today's game. We started with Leonard in goal, Kieran Tierney at left back. The centre backs today was Pablo Mari and Ben White. I personally would have started with Rob Holding because I think he's a better centre half than Mari, to be quite honest with you. And then we had Callum Chambers. He was playing at right back. We had Pepe, Smith-Rowe, Lokonga, Xhaka, Martinelli, and Balogun. So first 20 minutes of the game was fairly even. Being that Brentford are a newly promoted team, you expect the fans to have lots of passion, G'ing their team up, every single ball they're going to go for it. And then we gradually replayed ourselves into the game. We had a couple of opportunities to score, and then Brentford, they scored. They went 1-0 up. It was, quite honestly, it was another defensive error that we're used to seeing with Arsenal now. Callum Chambers didn't really clear his line, surprisingly so again, and I forgot his name, Manos, he just put it into the bottom corner. So they 1-0 Brentford, and then they should have scored a second goal actually, a couple of minutes later. Our defence was non-existent again. One of their players had a clear one-on-one with the keeper, and thankfully for us, he scuffed it wide. And then a couple of minutes later, we had an opportunity to score, but we were unable to put our chance away. Balogun, he was unable to put his chance away. Then it got to the second half. We were playing quite better in the second half. We had a couple of chances, couple of opportunities. We were putting pressure on Brentford. We were actually dominating the possession, as obviously a team like Arsenal should do against Brentford. And then disaster struck. 2-0 down. 75th minute. Long throw in. Our keeper got fouled. But once again, our defence was just non-existent. Pablo Mari he was non-existent again, and then Norgard, he just headed it into an empty net. 2-0 down, 75 minutes away against Brentford, newly promoted team. Their first game in the Premier League for forever. Their first game in the top flight for 75 years. It's going to be difficult to get anything back from that. We came on with some substitutes. So Saka came back on. Who else came on? Tavares came on as well, and also oh man, I forgot his name again. Sugar. Let me pause it. And Reece Nelson. Reece Nelson was the last came on as well. To be honest with you, they all tried the best then, but none of them could have made a difference. Throughout the game, Kieran Tierney, he played brilliantly. To be honest with you, he was whipping in balls into the danger zone, into the penalty area all game. But we didn't have a striker that was able to put any of the chances away. Do we go for a new striker this season? Obviously, there's been reports that we're going to go after Tammy Abraham. There's been reports that we're going to go after Lethoro as well from Inter 2. Do we need a new striker? Are we going to rely on Lacazette or Aubameyang this season as well? Considering that both of them didn't play today, is that are they really ill, or is there another ulterior motive out there? Obviously, we want to see. The game stats, there was 65. Obviously, we had 65 possession of the ball. You would expect that from Arsenal, but no cutting edge. Again, had 22 shots on target, or 22 shots today, and only 4 on target. Obviously, we need to get our shooting boots on to get them more on target too. But 22 shots, that's particularly quite good, considering that we're as a team we're not really used to taking shots. We're used to just basically trying to walk into the net, look for the perfect goal. It's good that we're trying to ulterior motive and try to score different routes and different ways as well. So now that the game is over, where do we go from here? New signings. We definitely 100% need a backup goalkeeper. We are an injury away from Leno from being in a crisis with a goalkeeper. Today on the bench, I didn't even know who the goalkeeper was. It wasn't even the goalkeeper that was playing pre-season with us. It was someone completely different. It wasn't even Rundegaard. So it was someone completely different. So we definitely need a reserve goalkeeper. That's probably the number one target that we should really be getting at the moment. An attacking midfielder. That's very important. We do need an attacking midfielder as well. Emile Smith-Rowe, he did play really good today, but he needs someone there trying to pressurise him as well so he can play better, and someone just to take a bit of the ease and bit of the strain off him as well, because he is a young boy, and to be honest with you, if he can't go the full season, he's not going to go the full season, his body's going to break down. We need to look after our players. He's not ready for a full season, so another attacking midfielder is definitely imperative. And like I said, do we go for another forward or not? Are we going to rely on Lacazette, Aubameyang, Nketiah and Balogun for the whole season, or are we going to get somebody in and might have to let one of those strikers go? I don't know. Personally, if we're gonna keep Aubameyang up front, I would not go for a different striker. I'll keep the 4 that we've got. If we're going to do what we looked like we did in pre-season and play Aubameyang on the left, we're going to have to go get a new striker, because we just need to get a new striker at the end of the day. And have we got the money to? That's the most important question as well. Unfortunately, this is not Football Manager. This is not FIFA, where you just could go spending money willy-nilly. It's real life, unfortunately, and we need to spend our money wisely as well, because we haven't got owners that like Man City, like Chelsea, that just spend money willy-nilly. We can't just spunk off for 100 grand, 100 million on a player. We need to sell players, we do pay high wages on players as well, but we need to spend our money very wisely as well. For the positives of the game is probably, I would say, with Lukonga, he played really well. He linked up really good with Kieran Tierney. Kieran Tierney's crossing was excellent also. It was unfortunate that no one was there in the box to put any of the crosses away, but that's looking really good as well. Ben White played as well. He played the ball out quite well today too. Some of his passing was excellent. He split the defence a couple of times with just over the top through ball. We just needed that. We just needed Pepe just to do what he needed to do and put the ball away. But it did look quite exciting there as well. So our next game will be against Chelsea, and that's going to be next week Sunday, I think. So hopefully by then we'll have some new signings. We'll have some new information on players outgoing. I'll definitely have some new ingoings as well. I'll try to. I would like to keep you guys updated on any current news on the Arsenal team and any more current news on the Arsenal squad. So thanks for your time, and see you later. Bye.